Brothers and sisters, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Gothically Yours, Professor M. I'm Professor M. In this wonderful episode, I will be single-handedly answering the question about the psychology of why we are drawn to the dark. Join me. Now, before I begin, I have a question for any of my viewers out there that are watching, all my brothers and sisters, because you're turning in to find out exactly why we are drawn to the dark. And I have answers for you. Been doing this now for many a year. And even with my crooked smile and beautifully done mascara today, I wanted to share with you, when you were in school, did you ever feel like you were an outcast? That you just didn't fit in? That you were different? Didn't belong in the inner circle? Weren't a part of the Albert Crombie and Finch lifestyle of these beautiful people? You just didn't seem to fit in. You found yourself in a very unique and otherworldly realm where you liked things that just didn't seem mainstream and workaday, normal. Ooh, that's that magic word, normal. I hate that word, normal. But if you answered yes to that question, there's a very deep reason why you have been pulled into the world of goth, because it's where you belong. It's part of your persona that pulled you in. You liked things that were a little bit odd, a little bit dark. When I was a young boy, I'd mentioned to my friends that I liked things like sideshows and two-headed cats and skeletons, learning about embalming in graveyards, cemeteries. Loved all kinds of dark cinema and dark literature. I was attracted to Gothic architecture and a personification of the Victorian era that just made me long for an era that was bypassed. And it's like, why can't it be now? Well, the first thing I have to share with you is called the allure of melancholy. This is number one on the list. If you have an allure of melancholy in your blood, then it is a good probable reason why you went into the world of goth. And you knew deep inside you were a goth. And you started to research the world of things that were alternative. And being in school, you probably found other individuals who were just like you. The square peg that doesn't fit in the round hole, so to speak. And you were pulled together, whether they were people that were, say, artists, or people that were metalheads, or rock and roll people, or something like that. And they just didn't fit into that other realm in school, and you were pulled into it. And that is something very important, but it goes a little bit beyond that. Let me show you about the word melancholy. What exactly is melancholy? It is a longing between sadness and love. Melancholy is the enjoy of the dampness, a bit of feeling down, but it's a joyful down. Now, I've heard before about goths, and they say, oh, you guys are all sad and gloomy. No, this is not about being sad and gloomy. This is about being in the world of melancholy. And melancholy flows through a beautiful poet by the name of Edgar Allan Poe, who wrote incredible, incredible poems, which even had women fainting during his readings. Don't believe me? Check it out. So the allure of melancholy draws us in. Now, what makes melancholy so special is that it is a sadness that has a luster to it, a deep longing desire to be embraced. You want it. There's nothing wrong with it, and there's nothing wrong with you. Embrace the melancholy. And if you are a Victorian goth, and within the sound of my voice, you'll know all about the world of melancholy, My Victorian Goth sisters with their veils over their faces, long flowing black dresses walking through cemeteries, longing for their deceased loved ones and family. Oh. So now with that being said, let's go into part 2. You hear that in the background, it's rolling thunder. In the second part of this, oh, I hope you can hear that. In the second part of this, it is the romanticism of death. A lot of us Goths love the romanticism of death. And believe it or not, this has a family tree branching between the Victorian and the vampire part of our Gothology world. The romanticism, there's something beautiful about the concept of uncovering the unknown in the world of death. Many of us, like myself, have actually had been channeled by deceased loved ones in my family. I know it's going to be quite surprising, but it's called a revisitation dream, and believe it or not, people in the workaday world know about it. Just Google it. Visitation dreams. They come to you, but only for a split second, like a very short moment, and they look incredible. My father came to me, my maternal grandfather came to me, and my paternal grandmother all came to me. The dream is very short. It's very, very, very quick, and they look incredible. And they all look so happy. I've been waiting for other family members to channel me, but they have not, but only 3 have. That's the romanticism of death, that there is something beyond. I love the quotation from the Addams Family where Morticia holds Gomez's hand in the cemetery and says, "Our bodies laying side by side, rotting for all eternity." It sounds so beautiful and so romantic. How could you not want that? Now, death isn't a bad thing at all. It's a thing that we will all experience, whether we like it or not. To be born is to also know that you're going to die. Life is very short, children. Trust me, my life is half over. More than half over. Do I romanticize about death? Oh, yes, indeed. Do I long for it? I think about it a lot. Actually, in fact, I helped my mother choose our tombstone in our family lot back in New England. Trust me, there was a lot of romanticism flowing through me at that moment. It's a very simple stone, but it encases everything that we love. Well, let's go on a little bit more here. In part 3 of my talk, we're going to be talking about individuality and otherness. Have you ever longed not to follow the crowd, not go mainstream? Everyone else is getting that one thing, that very popular thing, but you don't want it. Myself, I've always longed for the rarest, hardest to find, most unusual. Where can I find that objects? Let me tell you, from shoes to accessories to anything that I long for, even the flavors of things. No one else seems to like that. I always seem to go for the rarest and most unusual flavors and strange, bizarre, sometimes even unexpected searches that I go on to find things that I love. Difficulty in pleasing me. Well, That's individuality and otherness. Not following mainstream culture, not being a part of that world where everyone's driving the same car, but you would like to drive a Duesenberg. Everyone's wearing some ready-made fashion stuff, but yours has to be special. You like to be unique. For myself, I love fabrics that other people just don't like. I love wearing velvet and velveteen. It's really individualistic. That's what makes goth so beautiful. No two goths I have ever met are the same. They like extremely different things. And the only thing that really binds us together is the love for music. And an occasional white face. Now, with that being said, how individualistic are you? Do you like your individuality? Of course you do. You had to be special, right? You have all these other people that are dressed alike, then you stand out as the black sheep. Stream and go into the shadows. So with that being said, let's look at part 4.
Shadows whisper, stay by my side.
Goth is a very important area where I'm going to be talking about something called subversion and escapism. What they are is getting out of the intense societarian thing that we've been put in. Getting out of that box we don't want to be in. And going into the subversion. The subversion means getting out of. Finding something that's a road less traveled, so to speak, where we, as individuals, going back to part 3, try to find a way to escape and get away from that. One of the abominations in my life, I was raised during the 80s, and they were producing what they call McMansions in the United States. They were mass-produced, ugly houses that were a whole street where every house looked the same. You know what it reminds me of in the movie Harry Potter, where the Dursleys live? Every house looks the same. They all try to blend in so nobody stands out. As being as blend-in-able as possible is the normalcy. Whereas my goth brothers and sisters branch out and they discover things that are a little bit more flavorful, and they want to escape the normalcy of the boredom and mundanity of things that are just there. I mean, we seek out things that are more extreme literature that has a grip to it, a more extreme cinematography that has a grip to it, something that's a little bit more. But all of this revolves around the world of darkness. And we go into the subversion to find something, because the mass follows the light. The goths seem to penetrate on the more darker ends. We would prefer to walk in the moonlight.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Tuned in to my last video, there were some individuals who wrote me, and something very special. This is a quick shout out to some individuals who just send messages all the time. This is for Danielle Tenny Bryan, Sharon Garland, Punk Diva, Janie Brossman, Miss Marzipan, Sleepless Spook, Aaron Hooper, Thando Aluta, Creepy Uncle, welcome to the channel. Lewis Austin Allen, Simon Knows All, Ivana Belladonna, Scarlet Leaves, I love your ID name, Tree Born for Game, Awkward Gothy, Elizabeth Lynch, who asked the question, what was the music in my last video? I had created that myself, and I think I'm going to be uploading it as a separate video for people to listen to. Moonflower Fairy, Diana Gutterson, if I said that right, Sanes, and finally, someone who actually put a video up for Gothic Style, Greg Chooses Violence. Go check his channel out. Wow, with that being said, I hope you had a wonderful episode learning a little bit about why we crave the darkness. And I hope that you had a very special time in this very special lecture. Signing off, Gothically Yours, Professor L.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Shadows whisper, stay by my side.